Mastermind family, welcome back to the show. I am your host, JoJo. In today's Artist Motivation, we bring on the hottest, latest artists and allow them to bring insight, inspiration, and hope so you can go out and create amazing content and be successful. And our special guest of the day, he's a writer, director, transmedia producer in the fantasy, science fiction, and young adult genres. He's the CEO of Starlight Runner company, and he's worked with companies like Walt Disney, 20th Century Fox, Sony Pictures, Coca-Cola, the list goes on and on. I'm telling you, this guy is really amazing. And without further ado, Jeff Gomez, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
So good to talk to you, JoJo. It's thrilling to be here.
Awesome. Well, Jeff, thanks for being on the show. I got to ask you, man, what was it like just like growing up in the city, you know, as a child? And just tell me a little bit about your background, you know, growing up in New York City and things of that nature in Manhattan.
Absolutely. It's strange because as a kid growing up in the projects, the Lower East Side of New York City, there's a combination of innocence where, you know, anything's possible and anything's crazy.
Right.
And because you've grown up with people in a chaotic situation, you don't think too much about it. It's just, you know, it's just violent and nuts and funny and full of adventure. And that's the way it was for me. I have a little bit of a facial thing that happened when I was born, so my mouth was a little kind of twisted. So I got teased a lot when I was a kid, and that wasn't fun. So I kind of retreated to fantasy and science fiction from a very early age. So I was, you could call me first wave anime.
Oh, okay.
I liked it so much better than the standard Hanna-Barbera cartoons and stuff like that. To me, I lived in a serious world. I needed serious fantasy.
Yeah.
So a Gigantor and Speed Racer and Big Boy, Tobor the Eighth Man, Prince Dinosaur. A few years later came Ultraman.
Man, all the classics.
Japanese live action stuff. Those things were just amazing to me, and that was my escape. And really, I wanted to kind of stay in those worlds. So the longer the series, the more intricate the mythology, the happier I was.
Man, that's awesome. So like, being that, you know, you needed something to like, you know, basically almost cope with, you know, what was happening. It was almost like an escapism. Like, how did you actually get into writing? Like, how did that whole process start? Like, could you walk us through that?
Yeah. It started to occur to me as I got a little older that I needed to get out of here. You know, and there weren't many role models. There was no instruction book for breaking out of the lower classes. If you get my drift.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also as I got older, the push toward being directly involved in chaos, crime, in drugs, in things like that, the pressure increased. So I had a lot of decisions to make. Is this the way it's going to be? Do I stay here? And for some reason, JoJo, I loved my heroes. I believed in them. You know, and I looked to them for instruction. You know, which by the way, a lot of fantastic inner city artists. That's what happened with them, right? You have these hip hop and rap guys who were looking at the Shaolin, who were looking at the kung fu movies, and there was wisdom in those pictures. I watched them too.
Correct.
You know, there was I call it a modality of ascension, a modality of enlightenment. There were steps that could be taken, and I would experiment with those, and and move, you get a little successful. I got good grades, even though it was a crazy situation. And when that was happening, what I decided to do was think to myself, how did these authors gain this wisdom? How did these creators come up with these ideas? And that took me on a personal journey, which did not go much further than the library. But the library gave me the answers, man. The library taught me, and bookstores, they taught me how these guys were able to come up with these stories, how to construct a story, how all stories from all cultures around the world and throughout history had certain things in common. And so I taught myself those things, and I began to write.
Wow. Man, well said. I mean, you know, you're hitting on so many points. I mean, creators, they get, you know, their inspiration or their wisdom from, you know, whether it's philosophy or whether it's something that they read in a book or, you know, something that, you know, influenced them, you know, to want to create something that maybe it's a piece of their soul and, you know, share it with somebody else that can, you know, better help them or, you know, whatever impact that they're looking for, you know, and, but you said something that's just important. You just, after you discovered where the wisdom was, you began to write, which most people just, they're like, oh, this is nice, this is beautiful, and then that's it. You know, no action is taken.
Jojo, a lot of our friends, when we were kids, they would grow up to become auto mechanics. They would grow up to use their hands, right, and build things and what have you. And a lot of those kind of working class people were around me growing up. Now they would make fun of me, but because I didn't use my hands at the time. But I saw a nobility, a dignity in their work, especially with regard to their understanding of how things work. And I thought to myself, if I could understand how Japanese anime was made, or how Tolkien came up with this giant mythology, all of this intricate narrative, this taxonomy of names and languages. If I could learn how that works, it becomes easier to create it, to write it. You know, you take lessons, and then you do, right? And that's one of the things that I talk to my students about, because I teach to this day.
Oh, wow.
I talk to my students about the fact that it's not just learning. It is starting to do and to produce and to finish what you're producing.
Correct.
Finish it. The refrain line of the podcast. Finish it. You know, and because once you do that, you've done something. And now you do something better.
Correct.
You know.
Well said. I mean, that's the one thing that a lot of people don't actually do is they start something and they don't finish it. And it's like, oh, you know, I wish I would have just, you know, sat down and just, you know, knocked out what I wanted to knock out, you know, but now it's too late because, you know, life happens or, you know, circumstances and, you know, and reasons.
And we can understand why, because there are so many reasons not to finish something.
Correct.
The biggest one of all is self-doubt. You know, when someone says something untoward, and maybe they're right, or you're telling yourself it's not going to be the greatest, and so forth. But let me tell you something, Jojo. You must understand how much crap is out there, how much stuff that even people pay for that's not very good. You know?
Yeah.
So it's not an excuse that it's not very good.
Right.
You know, sometimes you'll see work from artists that you admire, and you see their early work, and you tell yourself, that was not very good. Right? But they got better. it only happens after you finish that first piece of crap.
Right. You get the crap out the way, and then you
a little bit better, and a little bit better, and a little bit better. If you're trying to self-improve, trying to hit that note in just the right way.
Correct. I mean, that's, again, if you continue to work on that craft, day by day, even if, the first one is trash, which most of the time it is, because we're doing something new that we've never done before. But hopefully over time, you're getting better and better every single time, and, you'll have a wall, in a sense, I guess.
So that begs the question, how come some people don't get better? How come there are people who are still drawing in the same terrible way?
Well, that's a different question. I mean, that sounds like somebody who doesn't want to grow and evolve and change. Then they stay stagnant.
It's true, and it's not that they don't want to get better. It's that they're tying their ego and their emotions to the work so hard. I had to learn from very young that when you finish something, like a big dirty sheepdog, and you tie a bow around its tail, and you go, "Get out of the house! Get out of the house!" And then people can laugh at your sheepdog.
Right.
Can complain that it's dirty, but it's out there.
Right.
Time to work on a new sheepdog.
Correct.
And that's the thing, to make space, to be at peace with the fact that something's done, so that you can hear the feedback and be a little objective about it. I made a film in 1999 that got into the festivals around Sundance in '99.
Very nice.
And that was wonderful. But I showed it to another director, and he started laughing at it.
Wow.
As if it was a comedy.
Wow.
And toward the end, he was rolling on the floor laughing at it. It was not a comedy.
Oh my God.
Heartfelt, serious work, and it was hurtful.
Wow.
He's a famous director now. He directs horror films.
Okay.
So at that point in time, I could think to myself, well, this is a piece of crap. I'm not going to show it to anybody else, or I could ignore him altogether and do whatever it is I felt like doing after that, or just kind of try and figure out what happened.
Yeah.
What happened, by the way, was he was stoned.
Oh my goodness. Well, that doesn't help.
No, it didn't help at all. But that's okay. I was able to move on. You develop a thick skin. We're artists. Unless we want to be our own audience by ourselves, whatever, we're gonna have to get used to it.
That's true. And that makes me think of a question. So, being people out there listening are writers, producers, creators in general. What are some really practical ways to just break into the entertainment industry? I mean, you're seeing your success. Obviously it took some hard work, effort, and freaking consistency. But tell us some practical stuff that we could do, on a daily basis just to break into the entertainment industry.
This is where it gets the pedal hits the metal. We're going to talk super practical. No little sayings that you can hang on your wall. All right.
Okay.
First of all, it's fine to entertain yourself with drawing. We're focusing on comics and manga, or anything. The point is that you can amuse yourself with your own art, but the secret is to understand. I call it understanding the space. What is the industry that you want to break into? How do you deal? What is the language that they use? Who's in it? What are their names? Who do you admire? Whose work do you admire? You know, back in the 1980s, when I was breaking into the industry, the only way you could find that information out was by reading the editorial pages of Marvel and DC Comics. You know?
Yeah.
Or of course, we were manga fans, so you looked at Viz and understood, you know, Koike and Kojima and the greats and so forth. But that's it. In this day and age, anyone and everyone, everywhere, is a click away. You know, you can get in touch with those people. You could look them up and learn their life stories. You could learn their paths in life. What did they do? What is their process? How did they arrive at their profession? What I would recommend is to learn the language of the industry, use the tools of the industry. Too many times I see portfolios where somebody has used a crappy number 2 pencil on a piece of loose leaf paper. Dude, too much, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to do this, respect yourself and get the proper tools and reproduce your art on the web in as beautiful a way as humanly possible. I want to see those colors. I want to see that line work. I want to see the inks, whatever it is that you're doing, and do not put up every single thing you've ever done. Only the best of the best. And you can tell the best of the best because somebody else doesn't hesitate to say, oh, that's good. So it's a matter of, you know, and I get this complaint from people, well, the best tools are too expensive. I have to use what I have lying around. And I go, listen, if this is what you want, if this is what you want to do, you save up the money to buy yourself the best stuff. You tell your friends and family what you need for Christmas or birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to have good tools, and then you know I have to take it that you have some kind of talent. If you have no talent, all the advice I'm giving you is not going to work.
Right.
But then you start to produce and develop a portfolio. And with regard to the content of that portfolio, depending on what it is that you specialize in, you have to go and find other portfolios and look at them and compare and be honest with yourself. Is my portfolio as good as theirs? Here's what happens to me all the time, Jojo. Somebody comes up to me and they show me 5 pieces. And I go, so where's the rest?
Dang.
You know, this is it.
Seriously.
And then you got to go do some more work.
Yeah, you got to create more stuff.
You got to create more, or they'll show me these. You remember Image Comics? Like those artists love to just draw the superhero, and they hated to draw like couches.
Yeah, backgrounds
and feet.
Yep.
I'll nail you every time if you come up to me with just a bunch of big splashes. Unless you're designing video games and all you're going to do is character design, in which case you better be good.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna catch you and go, hey, I need to see characters move through some kind of world. It doesn't have to be a hyper-realistic world. It does have to be a world. And then the next step is to complete a project and start getting it out there and get your friends to support it by liking it on social media, drawing other people's attention. In this day and age, Jojo, a big thing, and they don't tell you this, is they look at your social media. You look at your social media, and they go, okay, how many followers? What are they saying? Even if it's a couple of hundred, that's okay if every one of those 100 people are saying, this rocks, I love this.
Yeah.
I work with some models who do Instagram work, and they have followings of between 3,000 and 5,000 people, and they get jobs, big modeling jobs. Why? Because the people who follow them are cool.
Yeah.
They're like the people who are the first adopters with fashion and stuff like that. So they're influencers. So the model is influencing the influencers, and so we want to catch that model before she takes off, and get her cheap. It happens. Same thing happens with art, and so forth. So that's those are a few initial tips to get your work out there and get it seen in the right frame.
That's very practical stuff. I mean, and I think a lot of times that we're looking for a complicated answer, but in reality, it seems pretty practical and simple. Make sure you're putting out the best of the best work that you can do possibly. Get the tools you need to be successful, even if you have to save up for it, or ask friends, family to gift it to you, but you need the tools, because if you don't have the tools, you're not going to be successful. And then you got to have some talent, and then you got to create the stuff, and you got to put it out there. And, you got to get people to follow and, support your work.
That's true. Now, there are a few kind of inside baseball tips. So that's our next little phase here.
Okay.
Early in my career, I did all those things and published. It basically started out as a fanzine, like a hard copy fanzine. There were no internet. I was publishing a fanzine.
Okay.
And it was largely about adventure games, Dungeons and Dragons, fantasy.
Okay.
So I got the idea to write to one of the guys who wrote my favorite Dungeons and Dragons module, like the little thing to go on the adventure. And he wrote me back and said, actually he called me. I couldn't believe it. He called me on the phone. He goes, why the hell are you interested in what I do?
Right.
And I said, well, I love it. This was my favorite adventure, and I want to write about it and explain how you pulled this off. It's cool. I love it.
Yeah.
He gave me an interview right there over the phone, and then he became a loyal follower of the fanzine. In fact, when we moved to a magazine format, he convinced TSR to advertise in the magazine. He became an ally. You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
And we did this. It worked. So we started doing this with creators. Nobody cared about creators of games, fantasy back in the 80s. They were anonymous, and companies preferred it that way because the company could get the credit, not the writer. But we did this with companies all over the place, and they all convinced the companies to advertise in the magazine. Magazine became self-sustaining, and eventually these writers became editors or started their own publishing companies and invited me to write games.
What? That is crazy.
They said, well, you understand it, you get it, you're a good writer, come write some games. And I started doing that, and then that evolved into video games. There's a lot of people in tabletop adventure gaming industry moved on to video games, and they invited me to move with them and start writing games for Nintendo 64 and stuff like that, Xbox. Awesome, but that's see, all of that is much easier today, Jojo, because anyone you can imagine has their own website or has a LinkedIn profile. You just reach out to them and say, I love your work, and here's the three reasons I love your work. Be specific. And thank you for that. 9 out of 10 times they write you back and say something nice back to you, and then you can start to ask the questions. You don't have to tip your hand and say, "Give me a job." Believe me, that happens to me every single day. Somebody writes me and goes, "Give me a job," and I go, "Who are you?"
How do you handle that? Like, I mean, like, that is just crazy that, no, hello, my name is, just, give me a job. Like, that's...
No, I swear, it's truly like that. So here's what I do, what I tell them, which, by the way, is great advice for your audience. I go to the town. So be good. Because if you're good, you're going to attract my attention. And if I come to you, don't call us, we'll call you, right?
Right.
If I come to you, you must be doing something right.
Correct.
I might come to you and say, "Hey, that's nice," and then shut up, and go away. But that just means keep getting better, because I'm watching you, and one day I'm going to come and hire you. Or one day I'm going to recommend you to other people. The beautiful thing about people who are new in the industry is that they're cheap.
It's the second time.
Hey, look, I'm a businessman too. Dude. I'm a businessman. I don't have that much money to spend on talent. Starlight Runner works for big Hollywood studios, but when it comes to creating our own content, our budgets are not that big. So we need to be careful, and a way to offset that is to discover fantastic new talent, or give an artist who is a little under the radar. I love working with people of color, people who are outside of the United States, give them a shot, and so forth. So I go, and they're less expensive because they're new, and that makes them affordable for me. You'd always raise your price later when I'm done with you.
Yeah. Man, like, okay, so Jeff, you're CEO of Starlight Runner. So, like, how did that come to be? Like, I mean, obviously we talked about you being a writer, and then you transition into producer, transmedia producer, but like the in between, what made you say, I want to start this company?
Sure. I did two really kind of different projects in the 1990s that had a certain set of things in common. So I worked on Turok Dinosaur Hunter for the Nintendo 64 with Acclaim Entertainment. That was fantastic. And I worked on Magic the Gathering.
Oh, what?
Trading card game. And in both cases, what I saw was technology, right? There was the technology of the Nintendo 64 platform, and there was the new technology that allowed for the development of trading card games. All right, so that was more mathematical technology. And I thought to myself, how can I bring universes to these two kinds of technologies? Remember where I came from, right?
Yep.
I love a Japanese anime, a Japanese media mix, right? I was an otaku, and the bigger the universe, the better. So how can I bring that to these two different technologies? Well, the thing I found out real quick was you couldn't fit that much information into the product, right? Nintendo 64 game is going to look cool, but it's not going to give you a lot of lore. Nobody's going to be talking to you for a long period of time. Nope. Same with a card game. You can only fit one sentence of information on that card.
Correct. Before it's too much information.
So for both of those groups of people, I said, listen, I have a universe. I can flesh this thing out and tie all these cards together.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you where Turok came from and what this world is all about, Galiana, and so forth. And they said, well, we can't fit it there, but what do we do with it? What do we want? And I said, well, you can make comics, you can make novels.
Yep.
And there's this new thing called the World Wide Web.
Man.
There's information on these web pages.
Mm-hmm.
I know an intern who can do that right here at the company. I'll bet you that people will be interested in it. And they said, well, if it doesn't cost too much, go ahead. Go ahead and do that. And we did it, and first of all, the servers crashed. So much interest.
Yeah.
Comic books sold gangbusters. Diamond Gems of the Month.
Man.
Fabian Nicieza wrote the Turok comic book. He wrote Deadpool and the X-Men comics, so we got a great guy to write the Turok comic. And these became, at the time we called them multi-platform universes.
That's a mouthful.
Basically, they made so much money, and I made a little money, but not that much money. Why don't I go independent and take this modality, this model of storytelling, transmedia storytelling, and see if I can do this for other companies.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow I convinced some people to invest in me. Turok and Magic did well. See how you climb on your success?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I proved it. I finished it. It got done.
I can do it.
Here's the model. Give me some money, and I'll make a company that keeps doing it for all kinds of different people. And I got a little money, and started Starlight Runner Entertainment in the year 2000 in Square, New York City, on 14th Street, the same streets where I used to run around as a kid. Now I have my own company in a loft, creating universes for Mattel, and helping Disney with its universes, Pirates of the Caribbean. I did Hot Wheels for Mattel.
Mm-hmm.
James Cameron comes along with Avatar, and we start working on that, and boom, everything took off.
Wow. I mean, that is some serious accomplishment, like, throughout your journey. I mean, was there any point of time that, it was like a brick wall, like it was at the point where you're about to break through? Did you feel like you were about to give up, or like, and if you did, how did you keep yourself like going, like to like keep pushing through and just keep doing the work? Because that's what happens to people. Some people just give up.
I love your questions, JoJo, man. They're really good, because the answer to that question is every single time there was a ceiling. Every single time. When you're young and creative and you have ideas that people haven't thought about too much, the answer is almost always no.
Right.
No. And there were times where the money started running low, and there are crises that are beyond your control. We were in the office on 9/11.
Man.
And we're on 14th Street. That's the cutoff point. The office had to be closed. It was rough. So here's the thing that I've always relied on, that I've always fallen back on. What is my purpose? And it's not just my purpose in getting this particular job done or telling this particular story. It is, what am I here to do? That's easy because all I have to do is think back to those days in on the streets, those days with a bunch of guys, a bunch of people who were around me who just weren't going to get very far. You know, they were stopped. They were stopped by drugs. They were stopped by crime.
Yeah.
They were stopped by abuse. You know, what's the answer to all of that? The answer is that if they knew what I figured out, which is that there are paths out of this, that there are ways to understand how things work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that there are rungs on the ladder that allow you to climb out of there, that there are alternatives, then less people would suffer, less people would be stopped. So that's my thing, man. And the action to be taken is to tell stories that are in themselves instructive, right? Or the combination of those stories and my talking to people like you, Jojo, is that we can figure this out together, right? And help one another.
Correct.
So we can rise and pull some of those people with us.
Correct.
So if something's going to stop me, I'm going to go, you know what? Sorry. I'm going to figure this out.
Yeah.
And if I can't do that by myself, I'm going to pull in a couple of friends, and we're going to figure it out together. Or I'm going to look something up once there was an internet and figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's every single time. It's not a matter sometimes of smashing through the wall. It's a matter of sneaking through the cracks.
Man.
Or figuring out the door off on the side.
Man, you said it right there. I mean, like, you don't always have to break through. Like, I mean, or, you know, force your way through the wall. There are other alternatives. Like, you can slip through the crack. You know, go through the back door. You know, there's, you know, or you could climb over it. You know, there's many different ways of going about it. And more important, your why. Your why has to be big enough to keep you going. I mean, if your why is not anything meaningful to you, then you'll let anything stop you.
That's right. That's it exactly. One of the things that helped me personally is being able to share my insights about what it is that I was seeing. So it wasn't just that I was practicing transmedia storytelling, because you know who knew about that? Me. It was, hey, there is a process to this. So in teaching transmedia storytelling, I sometimes taught the very people who wound up hiring about this, and they thought, wow, that's pretty good. I haven't heard of that technique before, and it's exactly what I need. So here's some money. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you know, it's and where did they find that out? Not directly from me sometimes, because they had no patience. I'm a nerd. But I would write it down, you know, and put it in a blog or write an article and stuff like that. So they would read it in Variety, or they would read it in Forbes blog, you know, on Forbes website, and go, Jeff, I didn't even realize this is what you do. Come work for me. And so forth, and that happened. So being a thought leader, being able to teach, has been one of the things that have advanced me in my career. Wow.
I mean, you know, being that where you're at right now, I mean, you must have learned a lot of things along the way. But like, if you could do this again, like, what would you wish someone had told you before you had actually got started, on your journey? Like something that is like so critical and important.
Again, that's really a profound question. Thank you. One of the things that I needed to have learned earlier was the removal of negativity. And I've only learned this in recent years. People look at my career and they go, "Wow, Jeff, you're so optimistic. You fought so hard and you've come so far." But everything would have happened faster. Everything would have been easier on my mind and in my anxieties and things like that if I had told myself, you know what, don't sweat it, just finish it. Get it out there. Stop worrying about what people are going to think. Get it done and move on faster. I would have learned to be warmer and more friendly and more genuine with the people who are hiring me.
Yeah.
I would get uptight working with people. You're in the room with James Cameron, man, that's, I'm like having a heart attack. If I had learned to trust my instincts and relax and rely on things, I could have had an easier time relating to him and sharing my knowledge and just having more fun along the way.
Yeah.
More social, because I was kind of shy and withdrawn. And because social is the thing that gets you more work and lets you work more with the same people over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
They enjoy working with you. People forget that. This is a job, I don't care how talented you are. If you're kind of a dick, I'm gonna look somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or if you don't talk to me, if you're not, gonna communicate, even though your work is beautiful, eventually I'm gonna be like, well, who else have we got? I'm sorry about that, but it's true. It's true. We have to understand that. But there are ways for us to find peace and tranquility within ourselves so that it's easier for shy artists or for people who are neurodiverse or anxious to chill a little and have a better time along the way. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, wow. I mean, just taking the practical mindset of like, look, you're already on this journey. Relax. Socialize with people, get out of your comfort zone, just a tad bit. I'm not saying, if you feel like you can't be, the life of the party, that's fine. Just, I know my folks always tell me, when you're in a room full of people, or if it's just one person and you step in, go greet them,
It's true.
It's just a sign of respect, and you don't know, you may not know what you will learn from that person. You may not know that, this person may become an important connection for you or just a good friend,
It's shocking how that is exactly the case. Sometimes the person in the room that you least expected is, for example, the person who is the art director of the whole place, and you want to be friends with that person.
Right. So that's, something that I think a lot of people overlook. You can't just work on your craft and that's it, and just like, yes, it's out there. Yes, people will find your work somehow, but like, there's artists that, people say, man, they have great work. I mean, they're very talented, but man, they're assholes. Like, I don't even like talking to them. And
it's true. And frankly, we're in business for ourselves. Most of us are freelancers. Most of us are keeping track of our own books, our own income, our own expenditures. So that's public relations. Promote yourself and make those connections are really important. Unless you have a super cool manager or partner who can take care of a lot of that stuff for you.
Correct.
You have to do it yourself.
Correct.
Good to learn how.
Yeah, and just being being in the entertainment industry with your experience, I mean, what is it like working with some of these giant big players like Marvel, Mattel, I mean, all these people, Sony, like, what is it like? Just like how should a person that is new to the industry professionally, approach these people or talk to these people or interact with these people? What is it like working with them? Is it hard, tough, harsh? I don't know.
Jojo, we delayed this talk by 30 minutes because I had to go to Marvel Comics.
Ooh, okay.
And I had a meeting with C.B. Spolsky, the editor-in-chief, and Tom Brevoort, an editor whose comics I had been reading since I was young. So the two of the top guys at Marvel Comics. And I woke up this morning thinking, I'm going to go to Marvel Comics. to have this meeting. And I have to give a presentation, right? I'm representing an intellectual property. There might have been a few bumps in the road, and everyone's looking to me to fix it. And I thought to myself, should I be nervous? And all I ever tell myself when that happens is, you were in the same room with James Cameron. You deal with him, you deal with anybody. No, but it came time. I looked at the presentation one last time before I left my office. Decided to tweak a slide. Okay. and I got on that train, the subway, went uptown, new beautiful offices, Marvel Comics.
Nice.
And I thought to myself, still, should I be nervous? And I stepped into that room, and you know what? It's sort of like being on the streets. Are we going to fight, or am I going to tell you how I feel and see if we can work this out?
Yeah.
And if you put a little humor in it,
yeah,
it's going to be okay. And that's what it was. Right up front, I said, okay, so here's the situation. I think I have a solution. You tell me if you think it's cool. I'm open to whatever it is you have to say.
Sure.
And I also said, and by the way, it is awesome to be here.
Right. Got to get the little, fan.
You let them know you're a fan.
Yeah.
It was cool. I didn't have to play too cool for school. Gomez from Hollywood. New York. I was born and raised on Marvel Comics, man. It was awesome. So, that's really the philosophy for dealing with everybody. I have a new meme that I love to send to people. Thank you for interrupting my professional experience with your confidence. That's the definition of the internet, right?
Yeah.
What I advise to people, young people who are up and coming, is try to respect experience. You don't have to prove that you know everything. You don't have to speak as if you know 100% what it is that you're talking about. Frame yourself and try to ask questions. There's nothing people like me love more than answering them. Right. If you're giving me if you're new and you're giving me all these speeches about the facts of life, about my business. It starts to get a little, so what are we doing?
Are you here for me or am I here for you? Like, what is?
Yeah, a little bit. So, just respect your elders.
100%. So, Jeff, we're reaching the top of the hour. I got to ask you a couple more questions that are pretty important. But, tell us, what are some interesting projects that you have in the pipeline or that you're doing or that you're crafting that, maybe you want to leak out a little bit or no, you can't say much? Just had to ask that question.
Absolutely. It still makes me a little misty that what I'm working on right now is Ultraman. I can't believe it, right? So this was a matter of when you have access, when you're able to speak on panels and in articles and things like that, and they ask you, what was your influences? And I say Japanese anime and live-action Japanese kid vid from the 60s and 70s, it gets around.
Mm-hmm.
And the people responsible for licensing Ultraman, the licensing group based in Los Angeles, heard that Jeff Gomez loves Ultraman. And they reached out to me and they said, listen, we have this license. We don't understand the character because we're not about to watch 1,000 episodes of Ultraman. But you seem to know what you're talking about, so can you come with us to Japan to see if we can work you into licensing and merchandising the character? Now, Ultraman is this big, giant silver dude, right? Fights giant monsters.
Correct.
Holy cow. Created by the guy who built Godzilla and all those great Toho Japanese monsters, Tsuburaya Productions, and now they are wanting to relaunch the Ultraman franchise worldwide, and I'm a part of that. So right now on Netflix there's an Ultraman anime.
Correct. That's what I was about to say.
The second season is in preparation. Fantastic. And there's going to be a lot more Ultraman, and I'm helping to shape or reshape that franchise again with an understanding not just of the form of the Japanese storytelling form, but also how one might contemporize those stories and make them relevant to the world as it stands today. And make them unique, so that they're not like Pacific Rim, and they're not like Power Rangers, right?
Right.
What are going to be the new distinguishing factors of Ultraman? That's what I'm involved with now, and it's so terrific. So there's that, and the other thing that we're working on is a graphic novel that we're creating an entirely original intellectual property.
Okay.
I love some of the new stuff that is on Netflix that mix the anime form with a more urban kind of inner city form.
Yeah.
There's an anime that I just love, MFKAZ. Check it out on Netflix.
Okay.
All you have to do is look up MF because there's nothing else on the service that starts with MF.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely exquisite, crazy combination of anime and inner city sensibility. There's a little cholo sensibility in there. It's awesome, and so we're doing that with a New York spin, and we found an artist from Spain who's just magnificent.
Nice.
And our art director, Priscilla, is working with him, and developing this fantastic graphic novel. We love the idea not to go straight to Hollywood, but to create something ourselves first. It raises perceived value, right? You don't pitch direct to the studios, they'll buy it and nothing will happen. But if there's a price tag on it, if someone's buying it, they're incentivized to get it made faster. So we're working on that. The other thing for your audience that may have a little more of a music and audio bent is that podcasting and audio dramas are fantastic ways of launching your intellectual property. Even if you're an artist,
Really?
if you tell the story through audio and dramatize it in a serial audio content. Here's the secret. Everyone in Hollywood drives, right? Everyone in Los Angeles drives. And they're all listening to podcasts.
100%.
More than novels, more than comic books, they are digging podcasts and dramatic podcasts.
Man.
So Starlight Runner is getting into developing serial audio dramas.
Wow, you just said a heck of a lot, man. You are doing some amazing stuff, though.
Thank you.
I mean, wow. Man, Ultraman, though? Yeah.
Well, hey, my prince.
Okay, so, Jeff, I mean, we got to say, thank you for being on the show, but, what are some final words of wisdom that you would like to impart on the show?
Sure. Here you go, Jojo. It's fantastic to be here, and I love the fact that you're doing this for your audience. What I want to say is that I am and ought to be considered an ally to your audience. All right. Everyone says, I don't know anybody in the industry. Well, now you do. His name is Jeff Gomez. So here's what you do. Do not pitch me your art and your masterpieces. Do not do that. But follow me on Twitter at Jeff_Gomez.
Okay.
On Facebook, it's Facebook/Transmedia, but just look up Jeff Gomez, you'll find me.
Okay.
On LinkedIn, I'm Jeff Gomez. You can find me. Connect to me. If you're an artist, I'm going to look into you. I look up every single person who connects with me. I check them out. If they're an artist, I'm looking. And if you are interested in what it is that I do, or the sort of work that's being done by Starlight Runner, look us up. Do some investigation. Watch some videos. I got tons of stuff out there. I got a TED Talk, man. Look it up on YouTube. Check all that out. If after all that you still have a question, come to me. Contact me through one of these social media branches, and I will do my best to answer you. Give me a little time because I'm busy, but I answer every single person. And don't say, can you give me a job?
Gotta make that disclaimer.
No. Don't do that. And I'm not allowed to look at people's, story universes or novels or things like that. But I can help if you have little specific questions or something like that. Also, by the way, Jojo, we have just launched, just this week, a coaching service.
Oh.
So it's called Starlight Runner Life Stories. It's epic coaching for epic lives.
Okay.
Especially designed for artists and writers, people who want to break into the entertainment industry. So go to slrlifestory.com. It's slrlifestory.com, and you'll find some information there. If you look in there, it might look a little expensive because we can only do a few of these, so
Sure.
it gets costly. But listen, if you're listening to JoJo right now on this podcast, and you have a financial difficulty or hardship, then we'll figure it out. We'll work it out, okay?
Wow.
I will help this particular audience. Great.
Wow. I mean, you heard it there, Mastermind family. We have just received a gift from Jeff Gomez. I mean, and Jeff, we got to say thank you for even offering that and even sharing that. I mean, we didn't have to do that. You don't have to do that, quite frankly, because, again, you're running a business. And
no, guys. Jojo, I've looked at your site. I've checked out some of your earlier work, some of these podcasts. It's really genuinely good. You're doing good for the world, so I want to support you, and this is how.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. And Mastermind family, that is going to do it for the show. We hope you enjoy the show with Jeff Gomez. Jeff, tell the people again, where can they connect with you and find you at? One more time.
Okay. That's Twitter, Jeff. That's at Jeff_Gomez. Remember that underscore because the other Jeff Gomez, he's really pissed off at me. And on Facebook, that's Facebook/transmedia. Although you can just look up Jeff. I'm an easy Google, man. You'll find me right away. Or on LinkedIn, Jeff Gomez. And those are the three best ways to stay in touch with me.
Awesome. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone because we want everybody to know exactly how they should, just kind of break into the industry and just, be successful and find their own success, what makes sense to them. And Mastermind family, we will see you guys on the next episode.
Bye-bye, guys.
Lost and alone in a world that's not your own.